Hi everyone, welcome back to Baldy Polish. If your first time here, my name is Leslie and I just wanted to do a yearly favorites video because I thought it would be really fun to kind of recap and see what I've loved throughout the year, and hopefully next year when I look back I can see what I loved and if I still love it or if I updated it or if I wanted to go back. It's just a nice little kind of capsule of what I'm liking so far. Actually, my table right here beside me is full of stuff and I'm hoping to go through it really fast. So I'll leave more details below about where you can buy it, the prices, and all that jazz. And if I'm not too lazy, hopefully I can do like a little swatch somewhere here for certain things if I feel like it's applicable. Okay, let's start out, go through this quickly. We're gonna start with skincare. I have really sensitive, super dry, super sensitive, where even if the weather changes, I'm using the exact same thing. One day the little extra sunny, my face will explode, not in pimples, but like kind of like it gets inflamed, little pus things all over and peeling and just painful swelling. Like it's just, I don't know, not fun. So I'm pretty dedicated to certain things, and this is about the 3 items I've been using consistently throughout the whole year. I haven't changed any of it. So let's start out with what I like to use to clean my face. I changed cleansers a couple of times. I haven't found one that I super love. I like one right now, but it's kind of new, so I don't want to talk about it. But I love to use my Foreo Luna. I found that when I stopped using it and then when I used it up again, that my skin just felt so much softer. The texture just changed and it just felt really nice. And also for the Foreo Luna, they also have this extra feature where you can use it after you put moisturizer for massaging your cream in to kind of get rid of wrinkles, make your lotion absorb more. Honestly, I'm kind of lazy. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I like how for the Foreo Luna, one charge lasts me probably like half a year. Like it's just awesome like that, where when I tried to use the Clarisonic, I would charge it and within like maybe a couple weeks I'll need to charge it again. And I didn't even use it every day, the Clarisonic, because for me it was just too abrasive, even the most sensitive brush. So I like how this one, you don't need to change any brush heads. It's expensive, but you don't need to change any brush heads, so you think about how much you're saving there. And also it's like antimicrobial, like material, silicone. So I just really like this. It's great for travel too. After I wash my face, I like to use SK2. This is the facial treatment essence. I've purchased this multiple times. This is my newest bottle. And I just like how it gives me like that little extra glow, and my skin's dry, so every little bit helps. The next thing on my list, this is the most important part of my skincare, is like the most expensive, and I feel like if I didn't have to I wouldn't buy it, but my skin is just like a little diva bitch, and I feel like I literally like paying out like lifeblood. Every time I talk about it, I'm like, oh, it's taking my lifeblood, because it literally is. This little jar is freaking like $465 or like almost $500, and I buy the big size because now my husband's using it and we just go through this stuff like no tomorrow, and it's actually really sad because it's so expensive. But I've tried multiple other creams from high-end, low-end, SK2, just a whole bunch of different creams, and they've always either made it react, my skin couldn't get hydrated from it, my face peeled, I don't know, it's just an ongoing battle. So this is the only one that's worked for me so far, and hopefully it doesn't change, or maybe it'll change and now it gets something cheaper and it'd be awesome. But this is the one that's worked for me so far, and this is the Lumiere, the original. I don't know if you can see that. This is the original one. It's the moisturizing cream, and it's the thickest one that they have. It's the original one, and I like how it smells. It's like very like faintly fragrance, but honestly like the smell reminds me of just luxury. Like it just smells expensive, because it is, it fucking is, but it's very thick, it's moisturizing. I just take it and I have to melt it a little bit, kind of to emulsify it in my hand, and I just kind of go like this and I just pat it all over. And then like the more you pat it in, the more moisturized your skin gets. Like I would not recommend you putting it on your hand and just going like trying to blend it, because you're literally like pulling your skin because it's so thick. So as I was saying, I have really reactive skin. Like literally my face will swell up and it'll be like this, and I actually have pictures of myself when my face really reacted, and it's actually like really shocking to see. And I don't know if I can find it and post it for you. Maybe I don't want to. But the only thing that I found that actually helped with my kind of soothing it and making it less red, like I'll put this on in a few minutes and I'll notice that my skin just be less red. Even though it's just lightly, it'll just kind of take away the redness. And I try using it as a moisturizer, but it's just too light. But it's great when those days when I'm reacting, when I just put it on top and then put my moisturizer, my regular La Mer on top, and then it'll just take away the redness. Sorry, my nose is running. Am I the only one that when you get nervous, your nose runs? Or maybe it's just genetics, and it's like, thank you, Dad, because your nose is always running, and now my nose is always running. Thanks. But this is the Beaute by Nuxe. It's like a French skincare line. I can only find this in Canada, where I'm originally from, and I'm so lucky because Selena sent me 2 extra tubes. I was running low of this, and it's kind of scary, but it's this relatively okay price for what it is, and it's called a Soothing Cream Sensitive Skin with Cherry Pulp. And this one just really helps to calm the skin, especially when you're reacting to something and you're kind of swelling and your skin's really just like red tomato. When you put it on, it doesn't feel super moisturizing, but something about it just takes away the redness where other things can't for me. So I need this. My last kind of daily routine skincare thing, I have Masque next, and I have kind of a lot because my skin's so high maintenance, but one of the things that when you're living in LA, you have to make sure to always put SPF on, because you don't want your skin to get damaged. And for me, especially, I react so immediately to the amount of sun I get. So this is the one that I've been using. This is the La Mer, the broad spectrum SPF 50 UV protecting fluid. This one, it looks like a really small bottle, but the thing is, it's really, can you see that? It's like a light green color, and it's really light, and I like how it just blends into your skin, and it basically doesn't have that nasty feeling that most sunscreen gives. And also, it only has like the faintest little scent, and it doesn't have like that heavy sunscreen smell. I don't know how to describe it with your sunscreen. Like every time you smell it, you can tell like, oh, there's sunscreen in this. But this one doesn't really have that, and it just blends in like just beautifully into the skin. See, and when I put it on, it just gives like a tiny bit, little extra moisture that obviously I need. Actually, speaking of which, I should probably show you how the La Mer looks inside. So this is how the La Mer looks inside. Look, I'm just basically almost out, and it comes with a spatula, but I didn't bring it, so I'll show you if I can by dipping my finger in here. Do you see that? It's like a really thick cream that I usually just go like this. I put like a dab, and then I go like that, and I go presto, moisturize. You do that. So moving on to masks, I have a thing where I switch up masks like every other day or every 2-3 days. I switch up a mask depending on how my skin feels, because as dry as my face is, I can't just pile on like the moisturizing stuff without my skin kind of getting like, things just start to feel like they're kind of just sitting on top of the skin. It's because my pores are kind of like not cleared, and things just doesn't absorb as nice, and there's like a layer, because my skin peels so much, there's like always like dead skin on top. So I have a couple masks to go through with you. I'll start out with the one that I use when my skin's the most reactive and the most dry. So this is the Glamglow ThirstyMud Hydrating Treatment. Ugh, the light is terrible. I will put a name somewhere here and more in description. This is like the blue one. There's also a green one, but I don't use that one. It's a different mask. This one is really good because when my skin is very dry, this one is multi-use. You can put it on top of moisturizer. So if you put, say, your regular moisturizer, it doesn't feel quite moisture enough that day, you can just take a little bit, just pat it on top areas where it's just extra dry. You can sleep with this. This is also a sleep mask, which is what I usually make sure to my face is washed, exfoliated, like so the dead skin's kind of off. And then I would put this on and I will sleep with it overnight. And yeah, it feels kind of gross because you're having something kind of like, I don't know how to describe. I'm almost out. I have a new one, but this is my old one. It's kind of like a yellowy texture. When you put it on, it's slightly minty, and it feels kind of, I don't want to say oily, but kind of a little bit goopy on your face, and it's kind of gross to sleep with it. But when you wake up in the morning, your face is shiny, but you wipe it off and then you'll notice that your skin just feels a lot more hydrated. And that's what I need. Like sometimes you just need that instant hydration boost that you just can't get with just your regular cream. And you don't want to be like buying a whole new cream and using it for a couple days just to get that extra moisture. This one just perks you up, and it just has so many uses. Like you could go on an airplane and if you feel like you're dry, you can just pat this on a little bit on top and you're good to go. So I really love this. My husband uses this too because he has dry skin, and I'm really glad I got an extra one back up. The next mask I'm going to talk about is also a Glamglow one. This is the black one. This is the one I first tried from them. It's the original one. It's called the YouthMud Tinglexfoliate Treatment. It's in the black jar. Sorry, the light is reflecting off this thing. But both of these are actually $69. They're like super expensive, but they work. And for me, I buy them and I can keep them. I don't use them every day, so it kind of lasts. I could probably get away with buying one or max 2 a year, and that's with me sharing with my husband. So this one is like a mud mask, and it has little green tea leaves. They say that it's in there, which I hate because you have to do this over the sink, because when you start putting it on, those little green tea leaves, they're not finely grained, so they kind of roll up and ball up and fall off your face. So when you're putting it on, you can drop it all over. So do it over the sink, and usually I peel off all those like little green tea leaves. They're kind of a waste, and you'll find that it's very gritty. So what you do is you put like a good layer all over. It just starts what they call to tingle, but when they say tingle, they mean like it tingles so bad it kind of hurts. That's this mask, and it does. And unless you feel like it's super burning, I just leave it on. Like some people, like when my husband and like my sister-in-law use it, they thought they were having a reaction, and I react to a lot of stuff, but this just hurts, almost tingles to a point where it hurts. And I love tingly stuff, but like this one's really intense. You just leave it on within like 5 minutes, it kind of goes away, and then you leave it on for maybe like 15 minutes, and then when you go to remove it, don't just go like this and wash it off. You wet your hands and just dampen it, and then taking your damp hands, you just go like this and start to just move it around and just start exfoliating your face, because this mask, on top of like clarifying your skin, it exfoliates. It takes off like a really good layer of your like top of your skin, like how you really want exfoliator to work. So you just, but you can't use a lot of water. Just slowly, just kind of dampen it so it just kind of starts moving around. Just starts, and you need a little more water. Put a little more water and just go like this and just exfoliate everything. And then like go to wash your face. Make sure like after you exfoliate really well, wash your face. Put on your regular moisturizer and stuff. Wake up in the morning, your skin just looks kind of glowier and just like all of a sudden so fresh, like it's cleaned, and like your pores look better. And like recently my husband has been doing masks, and I made him do it the other day, and then like the next day he was just like, wow, I forgot how good my skin can look. So I really love that mask. Hurts, but I love it. Of course, if you're having some kind of reaction feeling, take it off right away, just saying. And the last mask is probably my most affordable mask, and I love this, and I could use it like a long time, this one little jar. This is from Raya Spa. It's their Placental mask. It's good for aging and dry skin, which I feel like it's perfect for me. This little baby hair, jeez, oh well. But it looks like, let me open this for you. Kind of like a white, thick kind of, I wouldn't say it's really creamy, it's just like a really thick kind of, a little bit emollient kind of like texture. It's like a thick creamy emollient, but this hydrates but also has clay in it, like, so it helps to kind of lightly like clarify your skin, but at the same time it's moisturizing. But this one kind of helps clarify my skin, makes it kind of like smoother and gives it a little bit of glow, and it's very gentle, so it doesn't have any stinging, and it doesn't really, so you don't have to worry about dry skin or anything like that. So I use this probably the most because also it's most affordable. It's about like $15, and I just think this is a bargain. So I just use the Glamglow ones when I need it, and this one I use regularly just to perk my skin up. Okay, the next mask that I want to talk about is sheet mask. This one is a Teatree Healing Solution Essential Mask by Beauty Clinic Mediheal. Can you see that? This one probably costs about $1.90 each, and it's kind of expensive to do sheet masks, to be honest. But if you use them regularly, I feel like they make a big difference in your skin. They kind of change the texture of your skin, like for me, like the redness in my skin and like the size of my pores, everything just looks smoother and just better. I don't know how to describe it. You can't just say, oh, also my pores are like amazing. I mean, like sheet masks, usually if you do it once, you'd be like, oh, my skin feels softer. It's kind of nice. You don't think there's a big difference. But once you start using it regularly, you will start to notice more long-term benefits than if you just use it once. But this is my favorite one, and it helps me when my skin kind of slightly not feeling so good, a little bit reactive, and when my skin just kind of needs something to kind of hydrate and to calm it down, I use this. And yeah, I just love it. A little tip for using sheet masks is when you're done with it on your face is to fold it kind of in half, and usually there's like extra serum, like kind of extra liquids in there, and I like to keep that and squeeze it out, and I'll put it all over my neck, and then I'll take that extra half of a mask and I'll just lay it on my neck, and I'll hold it there for like another 10 minutes, and that just kind of helps with your neck, because that's kind of important too, not just your face. You want overall your appearance to look, your skin to be kind of similar. So it would also help your neck and with your like lines and like with the texture of your skin and your neck as well. So if you're gonna pay like $2 or more for each sheet mask, you might as well get your bang for your buck. Also, I like to take the extra fluid and I like to go over my hands like this, and just sometimes it's kind of sticky and it's kind of gross, and I try to keep it on as long as I can. Like sometimes it absorbs and that's perfect. But if you can't, just keep it on as like 5-10 minutes with the serum on your hands, and then if you can't, just wash it off, and you'll notice that it makes your hands a lot nicer. And I just feel like if we're paying that price, we should just use it for as much as we can. So put it on your face, your neck, chest, lather it everywhere you can, because there's no point in just taking the mask out and having all this extra serum that you paid for and just throwing it away. You can't keep it, you know what I mean? So that wraps up my skincare favorites. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. I know what I use is kind of expensive, but if I didn't have to, I really wouldn't. Like honestly, like unless I was like a freaking millionaire, I wouldn't say like, oh, I love using a super expensive cream. I don't. It's just that my skin is like a diva bitch. That's just the truth. So I've tried a lot, and it's just a waste for me at this point. So after spending like over how many years buying different products and trying to see if this works, oh, this one sounds great, oh, it works for someone else, just never worked out for me. So if you have suggestions, you can leave down below. I may or may not try it because I'm kind of scared. My skin is just so sensitive. But yeah, that's my skincare favorites of 2015.